just want to welcome everyone to the Stacy A podcast show. Whether you're listening now or later, it is always the perfect time. I am Stacy A. and there is no E in my name. Are you a comfort killer? Where are my comfort killers? Let's go. Welcome to another episode of the Stacy A. podcast show. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate you. Hope your Thursday is doing well. See, I know you're doing extraordinarily well today. How do I know? Because I know who is out there listening. I am Stacy A. There is no E in my name. I am super excited that my book is coming out. My first book. Wow. How is this even reality right now? I remember when this wasn't my reality. My reality was jobless, trying to break into a few industries, wondering what my passion was. And guess what? My passion was never this. It was never to be an author. It was never to have a whole personal development company that's based around your development, your journey, your success with the 3 scopes of life, health, wealth, and happiness. That wasn't my I wasn't saying that at 15 years old. I was not saying that at 20 years old. Was not saying that at 25. And I definitely wasn't saying that 4 years ago. So where did this passion come from? It has changed. See, I want to help you move past what you believe you really want right now and be open to developing yourself until what you truly want finds you. What you truly want will find you. That's amazing. You will have inspirations. You will have all these ideas and you have to act them out and create a lifestyle that supports a new you. When someone says you got to build your personal brand, you got to find your passion, what does that mean to you? Does it mean that you're starting a business, defining who you are? What does building a personal brand mean? I believe you can start today building a personal brand. I'll give you some tips throughout this entire deal, but I want you to listen very closely to what I'm saying in this episode. This episode is important because it goes against what they have told you and what they are currently saying about you gotta have your passion. A personal brand is you, though. Who are you? What do you stand for? What can you provide? How do you differentiate from the rest? What makes you unique? I know I was saying, and I know some of you are saying, man, I am little old me. I don't even have a network. I can't do A, B, and C. I'm not an expert in anything. Everything is, I can't do that yet. I need that before I do that because I don't have that yet. I can't see that yet because I'm not doing this yet. We could make a song about yet. And it'd be a #1 hit because everyone would agree. Yet. You can't do something because you haven't done anything. That's the motto. I can't do something because I haven't done anything. That's the wrong way to think. Seeing yourself in a different light and projecting this light isn't that hard. What if I said it was easier than you think? Let's go back to passion right now and how to ensure you are not tied to passion so much that you don't move. What's my passion? You're sitting around asking, thinking, trying to defeat something to find out what this passion of yours is. There is a difference between passion and purpose. When I was dibbling in and dabbling in many businesses, careers, and activities, I didn't have a passion. I thought maybe, yes, I did have a purpose, but it wasn't clear. The purpose was raw and unrefined. It wasn't spelled out in big, bold, beautiful typeface letters. You know? It was simply, I don't like where I am. I want to change my life. I want to be successful. That was it. It wasn't like, hey, this is exactly what I just knew what I didn't want. Just by having this type of unknown but definite purpose, I began to move with the wind and take actions towards something greater that I didn't know and I didn't hold back. I wasn't resisting this thing. At first, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Everyone doesn't know what the heck they're doing. When Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson headed out to California, Hollywood, and only had like $5 to his name, I'm sure he wasn't saying, do you smell what The Rock was cooking then? Okay? I'm sure his personal brand didn't come out and he just knew what he didn't want. When you hear these stories of these people that took a leap and did something great in their life, they took a leap. They didn't know what the hell. They just knew a purpose. I didn't want that. And I want to be successful, or I want to be rich, or I want to be this, they knew that. And it wasn't refined or beautiful or this groundbreaking thing. I didn't know what was going on. I just knew I don't like where I was. I want to change my life. I want to be successful. I didn't have expertise or wasn't an expert in any one area of my life. But still, I stepped out and tried things. Allowed them to fail. Okay? And it didn't really attach myself to any one vehicle. I did one time. It was Preferred Classics. It was a clothing brand that I had. And I started it in 2009. And in 2000, I believe, 15 or 2016, just before I switched over, I told my partners and I told people that I was running with, I don't want to do this anymore. It took me that long to let go of the thing. But I tried it. I stuck at it because I thought it was my passion. So why would I be feeling this other thing over here where I'm not passionate? I don't like this thing anymore. Why would I stick with it? I stuck with it though, because that's what the world says. If you have a passion, not your passion. No one knows what the hell their passion is. What are you passionate about right now? Come on. Were you passionate about that earlier? What I learned was slowly I was refining the person I wanted to become. Slowly, I was moving myself closer to my life work and finding my voice. In my past, I created these little online radio shows for hip-hop. It was called Dead Beats Radio. I was about 16 or 17 years old. I sucked at it, okay? I just did it. I didn't have listeners. It was something that I liked doing. I have the recordings to this day. I go back sometimes, and I'm like, wow, what a growth, right? Now, instead of talking about artists, tracks, and records, what I thought I was passionate about, that, oh my God, that's it. This is life. This is everything I'm going to do. Now I'm talking about personal development, growth, and success. It's okay not to have a passion. It's okay not to know what your passion is. It's okay that you might not know where you want to go. Because trust me, it will find you. But you have to have a purpose. You have to know what you don't want or what you do want out of life. Okay? See, passion is something that you're doing. It's this definitive thing. I want to, right, make sure that I'm very passionate about education with kids. Okay? I'm very passionate about this and that. I'm very passionate about bringing clean water to Africa. I'm very passionate about making sure that domestic violence issues stop. I'm very passionate about curing this thing. I'm very passionate, You don't have to know that. You don't need one of those. And it's okay because people have you working on your passion when you ought to be working on figuring out what the hell you don't want. Very simple. Don't you want? It may start off as material things, man. Like, hey, I want a big ass house. Okay, I want a big ass house, awesome family. I want to be financially secure. Okay, I don't want to be broke. I didn't want to live in the same neighborhood. I didn't want to work, but I did work. But I was broke. But I was living in that neighborhood. I just got up and tried. When there are opportunities that come to you, you had better take them. See, now, if you state and you're very definitive and definite about what you don't want or what you do want out of life, and you have no idea how you're going to get it. Like, that's not your job to figure that out. Life will figure that out. Life will allow the hows to happen in that. It's not your job to sit there and try to plan out every little detail of how you're going to obtain something, because it doesn't work that way. Because honestly, you're off on your passions. All the passions that I thought I had, don't have them. I'm passionate about my work when I'm actually working into whatever I'm doing. Don't you understand? See, I'm passionate about even my 9 to 5. I'm passionate about in the airline, making sure that customers are doing this, making sure this is done, making sure I'm passionate about that. You're passionate in every area of your life. You could be, there's not one passion. I'm breaking the law right here. This is totally breaking the law. Because this is not what they're saying. What is your passion? Bro, I have hundreds of passions. I'm passionate when I'm eating an ice cream cone. It's all over my mouth and face. I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate when I'm hanging out with my niece and nephew. She called me this morning. I'm passionate about that call. I'm all into it. So you understand, we're doing two things that are not, they're misaligned. They're not directing us in the right direction. And here's the deal. Here's the deal. When the opportunities come to you, you had better take them. Even if you're wondering if it means anything right now. That's how everything works. You have to take an opportunity, let's say at a new career. You end up meeting your business partner there, right? You end up meeting someone there. Start talking, and then all of a sudden, you're like, oh, wow, that would be cool to try. You're not passionate about it. It'll be cool to try something different. You're open to new things, to doing new things. Then you end up meeting a person, right? At this new place. Because you took a dive. It wasn't something that you were passionate about, but you did it. A customer then tells you about this other opportunity. A customer, a friend, somewhere, you're walking along the lines. An opportunity that wouldn't have shown up if you hadn't taken the first opportunity before with a new career. A new career that's like, oh my God, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. I can't leave. I'm stuck here. See, now this person tells you about another opportunity and you take that. Now you end up, you're in California making videos about grapes and the graping process. And now you're passionate. And now you started passion. And what's your passion? You started a vineyard now. Your whole life changed. And then when you tell your story, you're like, oh, I just never thought I would end up owning a vineyard in California with the best top of Pinot Grinois. And you got a whole different language. Now you're subscribing to that wine magazine that you never even thought that you liked before. Now you're putting on videos. You're doing a whole bunch of things. You're interviewing huge vineyards and you're collaborating and you have steak and wine every night and you got 14 kids now and you're living your life. And it's like, whoa. All from what? Being open. being open is better than passion. I'm telling you that right now. Being open is better than passion, because you can have passion in anything that you do. That will come. But having a purpose, having that thing that says, you know what? I don't want this anymore. This is what I want. And just being good. I had many passions, but I always had a raw purpose. I want to be successful. When you get that purpose, something that you want or that you don't want, then you set yourself up for success with building this personal brand and being open and developing yourself and, understanding what comes to you. And well, some people will say, Stace, how do I know what my purpose is? And I'm going to say to you, well, check this out, buddy, pal, gal, lady, ma'am, miss, sir, jerk. I'm going to say, well, where do you see your ideal self at? Like, if you were to look in the future, where's that person at? Is that person here, living here? How much money does that person have? Does that person have a family? Does that person has hobbies, activities? That person very social? Like, look beyond the person that you are now and make that decision. What does your ideal self look like? How does your ideal self communicate? What does my ideal self do in my personal time? And go find the means to come close as possible to your ideal self. It might mean taking that chance. It might mean stepping back first before you can move forward. It might mean, instead of searching for jobs in your baby ass town that you live in, why don't you search in Hawaii, Dubai, a whole other state, Alaska? Why don't you get out of what is familiar to you? Because you're going to be passionate about anything. And if you're not, leave. That's what life is about. And then you need to stop agreeing with everything. I tend to see those that, they're on the other side of the veil. They're on the other side of awareness. They agree with everything. Stop agreeing with everything. Your personal brand is unique because you stand on your own. Next thing, this is very practical, and this is something I did. Go get some professional photos done. Like, separate yourself now. Do it like in Hollywood, where, you go try to go to Hollywood to go star in some movies, and you want to break that industry, you want to break that town. The first thing they had to do was get this entire bio and headshots, and why don't you go get that for yourself no matter what? Start promoting yourself. There's a lot of people that I talk to that don't even have their own websites. Get a website. So what? It can go anywhere. But the whole idea of this is that you have to be open, and that passion, you can have thousands of passions. You can be passionate at the time you're doing something. You will lose passion. It's okay. You don't need passion to succeed. What you need is a purpose. Many people will disagree, and they could go ahead and disagree, and that's why they have their life and I have mine. And I love them the same. But I'm telling you, the one reason that I was stuck is because I was sitting there like I was passionate about this thing, and I didn't want to leave. I thought that was my passion, and I got real with myself, and I was passionate when I was making music. Hell, yup. I was passionate when I had a garage sale and shoveling snow as a kid. Yup. Lost that passion. I'm not passionate about going to shovel snow anymore. I don't even want to shovel my own snow. That's not my passion. But some people will hell-bent you, what's your passion? The deal is you got to get a purpose. Once you get a purpose, you'll understand that it doesn't even have to be refined. You just need to know what the hell you don't want, what the heck you do want, and you move towards that with opportunities that come because you have been definitive, you have been definite in that purpose, and you're ready to take action. No matter what the action, no matter how small the action, you'll keep moving, you'll keep going. Something knocks on the door, you're gonna take it. Some action comes, you're gonna take it. You're gonna kind of move with the wind. And you're gonna buck up on something and be like, oh wow. Because it found you. So draw off all that inspiration. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to jump in the Power Talks tonight, Power Talks Thursdays, or if you're not listening to this on a Thursday, register for the next Power Talk. And the link is below, and I want to hear you there. Want to see you there. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them in the Power Talk. That is the domain. If you haven't already, subscribe to this podcast. Leave a review because that thing helps me. And it helps other people find this podcast. Those that thought that they needed passion in order to succeed. So go ahead and leave a review. Share this out into your network. That helps this podcast tremendously. I am Stacy A. Cross. There is no E in my name. And there is a beautiful thing coming up. Let me see if I could post it out to you right now and leave some information because it will help you. It's an online summit and it's free for you to register. And I definitely want to give you that information because a good friend of mine, she's actually, you're gonna learn a lot. Let me read this for you. And a good friend of mine, Jasper Dayton, it's the Brand Building Blueprint series, and we're going to have some fun with this, and I am one of the guests out of many, and now here's some things that you will learn. It's me and 21 others, so there's 22 people. We're going to, how taking inspired action helps to build brands that work hard for you. It's a free access. I'm going to have the link to that. You will be empowered and inspired to attract clients, make money, and grow your business so you can have the business and life of your wildest dreams. And I'm one of the experts in this special series, and I'm inviting you to join me and 21 of my business colleagues. Okay? So whether you want to start a business with a strong brand so you can focus on your expertise while your brand grows, your company, or the brand you have now isn't working at the level you desire, join us. Brand Building Blueprint. Attract clients, make money, grow business, and discover how to bring your vision to life. Jasper hit me up, man. She hit me up, and it was an awesome interview, and I gave some real solid pointers and tips and strategies. It's free. You have nothing to lose. That also will be in the show notes, in the description. So go ahead and subscribe, make that thing happen for yourself. I am Stacy A. Cross, there is no E in it, and I will see you next week for another beautiful episode. No matter when you're listening, it is always the perfect time. I am.